Banks located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. First carry for Kenyon Drake. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
On 2nd and 9. Carr. And he finds Parker here, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Put that team on the bus. Express. 56.
On 3rd down, Drake. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now, 180. Mike 54. You remember me? You remember me? That's it.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the delay, it's Balazs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Mike 54. Yeah, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right now.
The handoff to the right side. It's Drake. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Okay, alert! Alert! Alert!
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Coleman on the draw. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Go!
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Kyle Van Noy. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Fielded just inside the 30. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Down! 180! 180, we're good! 280! Later one!
54's Mike. Check.
On 1st down, Drake. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 42-yard line.
Down! 180! 54! Come on!
Right there. 54. Right there.
OP!
You ain't doing nothing today.
On 2nd and 7, Carr is going to go for a big play down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
1st down and goal to go.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. On 1st and goal, Drake. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Down! 180!
Mike's by 4. What we got?
To throw, it's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
Let's go!
29-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. Where do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
I got this. Shit. 12.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Rolling to his right, and he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here we go.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Let's go. Let's go.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Check 4.
On first down, it's Coleman. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Check it out, read.
Hey, Delta.
Get hot. Get hot.
From the 44, Garoppolo. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Kyle Van Noy, his second sack of the night. After one, it's 9-0. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
White.
Let's get off the field.
Hey, exit.
Mike 28.
Check pass.
Mike 28.
Get hot.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Check 93 is the mic. 93 is the mic.
21.
Check 93 is the mic. 93 is the mic. Oh, here we go. Oh, check 99.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Quan Alexander able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Switch.
Now Carr. Going deep here for Stills. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
Six.
Hatchet.
Garoppolo looks to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
21. Here we go.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Goodwin able to haul it in. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Protein spill.
Check nickel.
11. Bravo.
To throw is Garoppolo. Drops it off for Coleman. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the Dolphins' 32-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Check 52's the line.
2.
That's the same.
2.
Switch it.
1. Omaha.
25.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll go down at the 28. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention,
Here we go.
because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Hey, echo.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Watch the curl.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
65.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Kyle Van Noy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Hey, gun. 21.
Watch the run.
21. Hey, Foxtrot.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
We're good.
Express.
They'll start the drive with Drake. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
59, Mike to 59.
Hey, orbit.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. It's complete to Drake. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Garoppolo now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. It's complete to Snead. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Here we go. 180.
Check the out.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Oh, Gold missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left, off the mark, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 50.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Man open. It's Goodwin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line.
49ers, first down.
Here we go.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
I got you. Stay in open. Mike 52. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Check.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Safety's creeping. Check. 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 Check 37. Check the
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
49ers.
Here we go. 180.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And break. The tight end's got it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Check, check, check.
21. Here we go.
Play action. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive,
Here we go.
knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
5. General West.
Garoppolo again. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami 1st.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Coming to you, coming to you. Right on one. 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Now Drake. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now Bilal. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Heavy.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's complete to Grant. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
180.
Mike 54.
Let's make these 93. Let's make these babies cry.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Niners' 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, 734.
Here we go. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
To throw, it's Carr. And that one goes is incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Hey, alert!
Check three. Watch.
11. Get hot.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now Garoppolo. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Yeah, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
29.
Carr going to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Carr. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This is something that we know that they like to do, incorporating him out of the backfield into their passing attack.
And it's not just a check down option either. This is a full part of their offense, and they rely on the fact that they can get the ball in his hands.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 11.
Tight go. Shift.
12.
He's coming.
On second down, it's Coleman. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 7 yards there and a first down.
We got three.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Represents second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 180.
Watch the run. Shift.
1 Omaha.
Check
13.
It's Coleman here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
On the sneak is Garoppolo. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Watch the curl.
Shoot right.
10. Under 10. 10.
To throw again. Carr, and he hits Drake. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
694.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Shotgun now for Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, we got 4. Got 4 down. He's checking it.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 and the 34. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's caught by Coleman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. Christian Wilkins coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9.
80 weapons.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line.
Oh, no dice there. That is excellent penetration. They give him no lane whatsoever to try and sneak the football across, and in fact, he'll wind up losing ground on 1st down.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he finds his target. It's sharp. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Carr now on 1st down. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. The 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Right back to Drake. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
What now? 180?
54 Mike. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
On 3rd down, Drake. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sanders' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Back to throw. He finds Coleman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Here we go. 180.
Get that quarterback.
Hey, alert. Alert. Alert.
Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
Artie Burns there on the coverage.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One final try now for Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will be out of bounds.